My name is Don Talbot, and I'd like to discuss with you some leader options to the super bait. We use the original super bait today and the cut plug super bait to nail 3 beautiful king salmon. We use them all on single hooks, so we're going to go over some single hook options and some treble hook options as well. One of the single hook options we use is on an original hot tamale super bait, and one of those options is a 5/0 single Gamakatsu hook in the back with a 100-pound barrel swivel. Fastened into it is this pink fluorescent tubing. You can see the light coming through the end of the tubing right there. And a nice size 3/0, also a Siwash hook that will fit underneath the hook garage, which is this one. We call this the hook garage right here. When you pull that leader in to the hook garage, it slides in, fastens down, and the hook should remain upright like this. And the reason is because the leader on this Siwash right here is coming out the wrong way at a 90-degree angle. If it doesn't come out at a 90-degree angle, then the hook will lay over on its side like this, and you'll have the wrong spin. It's very critical that this hook stay just like this, so you can have a perfect spin every time. The reason why I put a barrel swivel in the back is so that this hook can swish back and forth really easy wherever it wants to go. And it keeps us with a high revolution of spin so that the scent can be dispersed out of the holes of the super bait and that you'll catch more fish. Anyway, it's been a really neat product to experiment with. That's one option. We also, on the other end of that option, we use a nice roller bead chain. We found these roller bead chains this last year, and they're working just great on helping the product spin better as well. We're here today, and we're going to discuss a second option to the super bait cut plug, and that is to use a single Siwash out the back. And what we have is a Gamakatsu 5/0 hook, and we have a nice 100-pound barrel swivel hook to it, and a piece of pink tubing put over the top used as a spacer. It goes through this bead, which is in the back, goes through the hood garage and out through the exit hole right here in order to make this bait run correctly. We nailed a nice 30-pound Chinook on this today, and it's one of those options that I've been using all season long to catch a lot of fish. And I'll be using it all next year and the year after. And several guides are actually trying this out right now and actually think it's a great way to go. But it's one of those options you should use. Here's a crossover leader that I'm using on the cut plug that I can use also on the regular super bait. We've already discussed it, but look, it works the same way in both the cut plug and the original super bait. Still has a 90-degree angle, just like this, so that the hook will stand up in the hood garage, and when you fasten it down just as tight as you can go, it stands out just like that. Also has a barrel swivel out the back, has a nice 5/0 hook out the back for king salmon. Now you can use this for silvers and use a smaller hook like a 2 or a 3, but right now we're going for king, so we use the big hook. I call this the double death option. Anyway, you have 2 very sharp treble hooks on here, and boy, you have 6 points that are going to go ahead and nail these fish. When the fish hits, the treble hook that comes out of the garage is a number 2 Gamakatsu. It hits, slides the bait up the line, and we also put protection tubing in between the 2 treble hooks. If you notice the split ring right here, that's a 100-pound split ring. And the barrel swivel is a 100-pound barrel. You don't want to be caught with too light of a split ring right there, or you're going to lose a fish. This is a size 1 Gamakatsu 2X strong, and this option has been working for several guides also in the Columbia River where trebles are legal. You got to check your regulations before you use this option. Oftentimes trebles are not legal. Here's another option to the cut plug that's being very popular this year is 1 treble out the back. And you notice you have a nice 100-pound split ring in there connected to a 100-pound barrel swivel, which is underneath the pink tubing. It goes through the back bead in the back of the bait goes through the hood canal and out through the head. Slides up, slides down. It's real easy to work with, and it's one of those less complicated lures to tie up. So anyway, if you want to have something easy and you want to have a treble, that's a good way to go.